Hello, I'm Paddy from creativemedia.org.uk. I thought I'd share a little fixing trick I've just come across. I've got a bedside light, this kind of thing, it clips on, and they've often got some kind of little switch thing like this which turns them on and off in the middle of the wire. My original one broke and I had to replace it with this new one, and now this one's broken. It starts to crackle a little bit and then it won't turn on. Some of them, like this one here, you can't even take apart. They've not got, it looks like there should be screws here, but there aren't screws. I don't know if you could kind of lever it apart somehow, but I have discovered that I didn't need to take this all apart at all. All you need to do, firstly, unplug the mains if it's still wired in, and you can lever the switch out. It's got an axle kind of thing, a pivot through the middle, so you can lever that apart and get the switch out. There we go. And ahead of myself here. There we go. This is where you'll need to be careful. Inside, can we focus on that, is a sort of springy metal bit. And the important thing to do now is make sure you know where that is. Take a picture of it close up so you can get it back in the same place. You'll probably find bits of metal here are somewhat blackened, which is what's been making the crackling, or the crackling's been making the blackening. So if you can get this out, just scrape off all that black stuff with a screwdriver as much as you can, get that back in the right position, and then just put the switch back in. If it's a plastic one like this, you should be able to lever it back in the same way you levered it out. And that is switching a lot better than it did before. It didn't click at all before. You might find you need to bend the metal slightly as well to make it fit better. And I'm going to test this. I've got a multimeter, which is worth having if you do any kind of fixing at all, even just to check whether your batteries have any charge in. This does a lot more than I know how to use it for, but I do know there's a continuity checker. So that's a 1 when there's no connection, and it's a 0 when there is a connection, or a low number anyway. So I should be able to put this across these two, and that looks like it's on. Hard to do with one hand, or two hands. So that's off, and that's on. Yeah, and that's definitely giving me a different value when the switch is at each end. So I think that is fixed. Now I've got to put this all back together again and put the wiring back in, but hopefully you won't need to do that. As long as you've unplugged it and done that thing with the switch, you can just leave the wires where they are. You don't even need to take the back off. But if you've left it plugged in, you've probably given yourself an electric shock, which is a bit silly. So I hope that fix helps you to fix things. I reckon I could probably, when this one breaks, I can probably fix this without needing to take it apart. I can just take the switch out and do the same thing again. Well, now for the moment of truth. It works. I hope that will keep your bedside lights going for a good few more years and you won't have to chuck them away. Thanks for watching.